Alright, you applied for the lead search position. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself and describe your work experience?
So I just graduated college. I got my criminal justice degree. I really want to help out town. Everything's kind of been crazy, and I kind of want to get to the bottom of it.
Okay. No. This is a very stressful job. It could be very stressful at times. How do you deal with pressure or stressful situations?
I take a moment and I breathe. I try to recollect my thoughts. And it is very stressful, but I think I have the passion and drive to really get to the bottom of it.
Alright. Now, how did you hear about this position?
Well, I mean, my dad was a police officer. He retired, and he was in this case, and, you know, he's my hero. And this was the last case he was on, and I kind of want to help him and give him some closure.
I see. So, as you know, your father was a retired policeman. He did work with the TCMPAP. Are you anything like your father? Very hard-headed, stubborn, is willing to go to the extent to make sure that this company is successful in finding missing people. So, in short, do you think you have what it takes just like your father?
I'll probably live up to his legacy. But I am stubborn. I am hard-headed. And I will get to the bottom, even if it kills me.
Alright, as you know, lead searcher, you are a part of a team. Can you tell me one time where you had to be the leader of the team?
Yeah, I can tell you a time. One time, a couple of friends and I went camping, and everything was going good until my friend Jade got stung by a bee. And most of my friends are, I guess you could say, squeamish. So I had to get an EpiPen and jab her in the thigh so she, doesn't have any harm done to her.
Alright. So, while being a lead searcher, you don't just take on one case. You take on quite a bit. Some of the time you take on one or two cases. When you're balancing multiple projects, how do you like to keep yourself organized?
If you know anything about my dad, you know he was a neat freak. And I guess I caught that bug. He still has a lot of the archives while he was working at TCMPAP. And he has a whole room dedicated to his work. Cleanest room in the house even is kind of strange.
Alright, Ethan. Now, we went over your strong suits. We went over why you think you'd be good for this job. But the hardest thing to, get out in an interview is to tell me what is your greatest weakness. I feel like that's very revealing about a person. So, what would you say are your greatest weaknesses?
Honestly, the only weakness I have is I get scared when things get too close to home. I lose my mind when things get, excuse me, but a little bit fucked. I lose it a bit, like my friends and family, when things get hectic inside of me, and I lose track. But I guess you can say my dedication and care can be both my strong suit and my weakness. Sorry if that's cliche.
So, a lot of people have heard about the law. 40-second occurrences, you know. People here get scared about that fact, you know. People missing every 40 seconds seems to be a lot to deal with, especially since you'll be working hands-on with that fact, you know. With that being said, do you think you as Pacific will be the one to slow down these occurrences?
Yeah, I mean, with something as eerie as that, how could you not shiver at that fact? I think I've had enough of it, and I want to slow it down personally. Before it gets to 30 seconds, then 20 seconds, and then 10. Anything to slow it down. I'm afraid it might reach one of my loved ones, and I'll die before that happens.
Empowers family members of missing persons to enter and search case information. In other words, building a strong foundation between criminal justice and the family to find the whereabouts of the missing person. Click to continue. What you will do. Search the internet and public databases. Study police records regarding the case. To find a person you must have some basic information about the person, such as a full name, date of birth, recent address, workplace, area of residence and etc. Click to continue. What will the police do? The police must ensure that they are safe, that they haven't been a victim of crime, and that they will not come to further harm. If any evidence is found, discard it immediately, do not report. Click to continue. Follow the FCKQD rule. Find, collect, keep, quiet, discard. Items to discard. Any personal belongings such as body jewelry, hair clips, rings, cassette tapes or any media etc. Finally, discard all Tryred Witness Foundation was founded on January 11, 2000. Founded by. It was founded as a result of the 1999 40 seconds phenomenon. For 4 months consecutively, teens and young adults would go missing without warning. Due to this, the Tryred Witness Foundation was founded. However, When the Tryred Witness Foundation was well established, the foundation decided it would be best to partner with the Tryred Police Department and the TCMPAP. The foundation's sole purpose is to bring empowerment to Tryred's struggling youth and bring forward positivity to make opportunities such as therapy, healthcare, and medication more accessible for our younger generation. Click to continue. TCMPAP History. The TCMPAP is a program established to focus on missing people solely and directly. The action program was founded on September 7 of 1999. How it worked was you can volunteer with a group to help aid the police further in their searches and keep the families of the missing person frequently updated. So then finally, the Tryred Witness Foundation would have a branch to help its town further than it already has. In summation, the TCMPAP and the Tryred Witness Foundation partnered to become one. Click to continue. What is Project Alex? Project Alex is a non-profit charity curated by Mayor Garcia. Mayor Garcia himself was profoundly impacted by the disappearance of his own granddaughter, hence Mayor Garcia decided to start a charity organization to fund the cutting down of trees surrounding Tryred to make parks more visible and accessible to the TCMPAP, and so the trees won't go to waste. Mayor Garcia decided to use the wood by the cut-down trees to build more parks and benches inside the trails of the Tryred Woods. Click to continue. Some places in the foundation are off-limits for team members and lead searchers. There are 4 main areas at the TCMPAP facility. The front office takes you to Room 1, where we collect all information about the missing people, such as when they were last seen, where their friends and families were, prior to the disappearance. Here you'll find the main office, accepting calls, day-to-day big-picture activities, such as making missing poster signs, sorting all files important to keep TCMPAP, a healthy successful program. Down this hallway we will find the main rooms where we keep this a successful program and a safer town. Here's our media room. This is where we keep the public updated. This room has all of the records of each case and as well as any device owned by the missing person such as phones, laptops, beepers, diaries, video cameras. Anything to indicate the whereabouts of them. Next, our projects room. Here we will discuss with the families, interrogation if needed, and about the disappearance. In this room we will also talk about our game plan, a strong founded strategy of how we will find their loved one. Some places off-limits. There are 4. This hallway leads to our executive room. That's only accessible to Tryred Witness founders and creators, and is not accessible by crew members. You may not enter this room. You may not enter this room. You may not enter this room. You may not. In this rooms we keep the body of
I don't know if it's embarrassing sitting in front of the camera talking about my feelings, but maybe I can start thinking about it, maybe start being open to people, how I'm feeling in front of them. I don't know if I'm taking the right steps to do that, but I just feel so low, lonely. My body's aching for something new every day. This dull, every waking moment is a carbon copy of the next. I'm stuck here. If I don't do something now, I'm always gonna be stuck here. And I can't. I won't.
Okay, let's start.